Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chris. I hope you're doing good. Today we're going to talk about the Mission to Pluto Moon Swatch. Before I start this review, let me just tell you that I haven't watched any other review of these moon swatches. Okay, this is my own totally unbiased personal review of this watch, and I'm going to give you my viewpoint after having used it. By the way, today I'm wearing the Moon Swatch Mercury on my wrist. The first thing is the box. The box it comes in has the logo right here and on the back. So you see Swatch and Omega, and it gives you a bunch of fun facts. So I'm going to read you a couple. One of them says the temperature of that planet is minus 229 degrees Celsius. It is called the dwarf planet, and it has 5 moons. Okay, on the other side it says a plane trip to Pluto would take 800 years. That is a long time, okay? There are 11 of these watches. You can see them here on the back of the box. It tells you a little bit the different moons and missions you can go for. That is actually cool because it really reminds me of Omega and their philosophy, how they are all into these things. This watch has a tachometer, also known as chronograph in English, but I say that because it says tachymètre on top in French, and it shows the kilometers per hour around the bezel. By the way, if you don't know how to use a tachometer in everyday life, I'm going to tell you right now. I learned this a few years ago. What you do is when you're on the highway, be it that you are driving or someone else is driving, when you see the kilometers you're on, specifically, especially in a country that counts kilometers and not miles per hour, but when you see the kilometers showing up, let's say kilometer 35 on the highway, you press the top button here and you start the chronograph, okay? When you reach the next kilometer, let's say 36 or 37 or whichever is the next one, you press again. And you will see on the bezel around here, it's going to show you what average speed you're driving at. That's a little fun experiment to do since you have a chronograph watch. In terms of weight, we are at 30 grams, which makes it a very, very lightweight watch to wear. In fact, when I took the box first, I thought that there was no watch inside. In terms of wear, I find it to be very comfortable. It is obviously lightweight. It is a very lightweight strap. It is Velcro, so you can really adjust it to the exact fit of your wrist. In fact, I have a small wrist, and you can see here that it still fits fine. My wrist is really small, but I can just fit it perfectly, and it looks good. It feels fine, feels comfortable. Case color-wise, it is a light gray, so much so that it almost looks white. It has a nice beige dial. The glass is made of acrylic, and it is slightly domed. Not even that slightly, it is nicely domed. And that really reminds me of Omega Speedmaster watches or any other Omega watch that has that acrylic domed glass on top, and it really gives it a nice look. Speaking of dial, this watch scratches very, very easily, so you got to be careful. I would almost suggest to keep this as a collection item, especially with the price it costs. It is not the end of the world. So again, be very careful if you don't want to have scratches all over it. The chronograph seconds hand and the sub-dial hands are black, as you can see here, and the second sub-dial hand is beige. The counters and the bezel background are in 2 burgundy tones. In fact, you can see how the inside is a little bit lighter than the outside on the bezel. It is a very nice touch because it is very subtle, but you can still see how these are 2 different tones. Very nice. The dial itself carries the Omega and the Swatch branding and the iconic Speedmaster in the center left side, and on the right side you see the Moon Swatch. There is a hidden S in the dead center of the dial under the glass. In fact, it's just above the hands, and that's a little detail, a little touch to this collection that is cool. It's a bit like Rolex does, but with a little S. And for a watch of this price, it's pretty cool. I also noticed there's the Omega and the Swatch logo on the crown itself. When you flip it around, you see the Mission to Pluto written, as well as the planet. I don't know, that looks like a bit of a sticker or something that was put on the battery just to give that extra little touch. And when you read around the watch, it says dream big, fly higher, explore the universe, reach for the planets, enjoy the mission. The case is made of bioceramic. That basically means 2/3 of ceramic and 1/3 material derived from castor oil. In terms of water resistance, we're at 3 bar. 3 bar means 30 meters. 30 meters does not mean 30 meters. Okay, that I know that's deep, but it means you cannot go underwater with this watch. If you look at the ratings, 30 meters basically means that you can go under the rain, or you could basically wash your hands and have some splashes on the watch, but you cannot even take a shower. And I would highly advise you don't take any type of water activity, shower, or not even splashes with this watch. 30 bar is very, very little. I come from a world where we used to have flick flacks when I was a kid from Swatch, and it was the same. 30 bar, you don't want to put those in the water. As I said, it has a Velcro strap, very comfortable. As you see on this one that I have on. I don't know how good this is gonna hold over time, but I'm sure you will be able to either switch them or change them or put something else. But as of right now, it looks very sporty. It looks very cool, very chill. So yeah, it gives that Omega vibe. The movement is quartz, so don't expect to have any mechanical, any automatic, anything, because, okay, we're talking $260 for the price of this watch, and that is very cheap, okay? It is a cheap watch that got the Omega logo on it, that got the Speedmaster look on it, so it became a little bit more prestigious. But other than that, just remember this is a $260 watch. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I take a second now to ask you to do so we make it grow faster and I can continue making great reviews. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this watch. Is it a watch you would buy? Why? Do you already own any of these watches from this collection? And I see you like always in my next video. Cheers.